Just two adjacent girls living in a lovely world. They took a podcast train going anywhere, but kind of specifically through Austin, Texas. Yeah, hook 'em horns.
Welcome back, y'all. Welcome to Adjacent Recap of Hunting Wives, episode 7. Oh my, what the lavender marriage is going on out there?
Oh my gosh. It was like every scene was like gross, grosser, grossest. What is happening?
Look, I don't want to yuck anybody's yum, but that pegging scene was a lot. When she pulled out the I don't know what it's called, but the strap on and like put it on the bedside and then like kind of took the the fluids off of her hand. I was like, what, Allie, are you doing?
Yeah, I'm just I'm I couldn't get past the breastfeeding.
Oh, okay. So it starts off with Jill recounting 18 years ago when she gave birth to Brad, and the nurse saying, okay, so you can breastfeed or you can give a bottle. And she's like, no, nobody's ever touched me there. I would rather give a bottle. But she goes, I guess if it's okay. And then she has a reaction to the breastfeeding. And the nurse was so good. She was like, I'll give y'all a little time, you know. So I was
I'll give you a moment.
yeah.
That was so bizarre.
Yeah. Yeah. I did not. I was like, okay. I think that her living this extreme Christian life has really set her in a trajectory of like putting her, you know, like, I don't know. It was just weird. The whole thing was weird. But I guess it was in the day and age where men, or she didn't want her husband in there or whatever. So I was like, 18 years ago is not that long ago. They're acting like it was like,
yeah,
the turn of the century. I mean, if the present day housewives, I mean, that would have been like, like, uh, that's not that long ago. So where was her husband? Like, why wasn't he in the delivery room? That's very strange. It came off like as a single mom.
She was like, no man has ever touched these with their mouth.
Yes. So I was like, okay. Oh, talk about like some pent up sexual frustration right there.
My gosh. Speaking of pent up sexual frustration, creepy Pastor Pete.
Pastor Pete, what a creep. What a gross human. Like, so in the previous show, he roofied another teenage girl, which is obviously his MO. He's been doing this for a while. And then the cops are kind of catching up to him. Like they were coming to say, hey, what's going on? Officer Salazar, the brilliant person that she is, had gone to get his trash bags and seen the liquor bottles and seen some remnants of some things. And she came back to check on him. And she's like, well, where are you going? He goes, I'm just going out of town for the weekend. He had a giant U-Haul packed.
With two bodies.
With two bodies in them. So luckily they were alive. So he goes to pull out his license and registration, and she smells the vodka and she sees the cinnamon gum, and it all clicks. This is the kidnapper of the little girl that they've been looking for. This is their guy. Because whenever you have traumas, any kind of traumas like that, the smells can be very, they stick with you. when you have real serious traumas, like smells of the bubble gum that she was smelling, of the vodka, because she had been shot.
Because he shot her, and he was
Right.
And she says, "Do we know each other?" And he was like, "We were praying for you."
Yeah, because he said her name.
Yeah.
Yes, he said Salazar. And she goes, "Do we know each other?" And so, oh my gosh, that was like, I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And so then he pulls away and starts driving like a maniac. And again, I'm sitting there like, what is going on with the electric vehicle? So it was an electric, it was like a Prius. She was driving a Prius, and she was like chasing after him in a Prius. And I'm like, my neighbor has a Prius. I don't think that thing drives that fast.
I have a film criticism.
Okay.
When you were filming people texting and you want the audience to see what's in the text,
yeah,
you gotta shoot it closer.
Right.
You can't be this far back and assume everybody can read that. Some of us have gone up to 20 points on our font size, and you're sending this little thing from way back there, and we're supposed to read it.
I'm like, I guess that wasn't any of my business.
I'm like, is that a clue that we all need to figure out this situation? And you're not allowing us time to read it?
Yeah. Yes, for sure. I mean, that was insane. Luckily, this time her Salazar's compadre in the sheriff's department hightails it out of there and heads in that direction. And she thought that she was going to be able to use her de-escalating techniques with Pastor Pete, but it didn't work.
It didn't work. Well, and she was on leave, so she didn't have her gun. Did you see her?
Yes, I saw her trying to find her gun, and she didn't have it. And I was like, oh my gosh, what a mess. And so she
is the true hero. She was the true
hero. So he ends up taking his own life. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. But then she starts hearing pounding in the U-Haul, opens it up, and what do you see?
Well, two young ladies. And but what was in the blue bag that he was dragging?
I thought that was the body of the little girl that
Me too.
That they went to the carnival together. I was like, oh no. And so
I'm just going on a trip for the weekend with my U-Haul
and a body bag.
See you later.
Yeah. So then they open up and they find the missing girl, Haley Kamel, and the other teenage girl that he had gone on the date. I put quotes around it, where he roofied her and drugged her up. And then who knows where they were headed. If Salazar hadn't been so quick to save the day, they probably would have ended up like Silence of the Lambs or something.
No, put the lotion in the basket.
Exactly. So her smart wit saved the day. And then you go to the ladies are out on the town they're at a nightclub where the model is doing her best on the riding of the bull, and boy oh boy, she knows what she's doing there. She's really going for it. The riding of the bull. And that's when Margot convinces Callie and the others that something's wrong with Jill, and they've got to figure out, like, she did it. they were like, she's the one that did it, and we need to go confront her. She's the one that killed Abby. And so Margot and Callie head over to Jill's house. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Bum, bum, bum.
But right before that, Sophie had gone to see Star and was like, look, I think your daughter was having premarital sex and got herself pregnant, or got pregnant, not got herself pregnant, because how does somebody get themselves pregnant?
Ta-da!
Ta-da! Look at me. I did it all by myself. She and Brad found themselves in a situation, and it looks like that Abby may have had an abortion. And then Star,
we don't use the A word in the state of Texas.
Oh my gosh. And I did not see Star saying, how could you say that my daughter would kill her unborn baby? And I was like, okay, I forgot. Yeah. I mean, good gracious. And then Star decides she's going to go take the bull by the horns. She gets a giant rifle, all these people with their guns, and goes over to Jill's house. Uh-oh. That did not go very well.
Hi, what are y'all doing here? I'm just not feeling well.
I had a headache.
No, the kitchen's a mess. Y'all shouldn't go into the kitchen. It's just a mess.
Callie and Margot barge in on Jill, who had just shot poor Star to death. And Star is bleeding in the middle of Jill's kitchen dining area. Wow.
Can Saturday Night Live just go ahead and start up and start recreating this stuff? It's so good.
I mean, I was like, oh no. And so then, because, Texas is a concealed carrying state, don't you worry. Of course, Jill goes to brandish her firearm. Callie's quick on the draw. And it looks like Jill shoots Margot, but it's actually Callie shooting Jill and shooting her not once, but 3 times in the heart. Good gosh.
Because she is,
yeah, like that.
She is the true hero.
She's the true hero. So then what happens? Jill is dead on the ground, and it is like, what the heck happened? This is insane. And that's where we end that episode. Jill's dead. Star's dead. The 2 girls are found. Pastor Pete is dead. It is all coming to a bloody climax over here.
But Callie not only takes care of business in the bedroom, and she also will kill for Margot.
Oh my gosh. Callie has it real bad for Margot. That's why it's saying that this is a lavender marriage. Lavender marriage is when you have 2 people that they're married, but they are actually attracted to the same sex, and so they might have some side stuff going on, and it's pretty open and exploring the world that they want to live in. And but boy, oh boy, so Callie's got it bad for Margot. She's obviously gonna go to do anything for Margot, and Margot plays that fiddle real good over there. That is metaphorically meant as well.
Wow, I gotta get back to the TV and watch episode 8. I'm just dying to see what happens.
Go watch episode 8, and then we will recap when you're done. Oh my gosh.
Texas, yeehaw.
Yeehaw, boom, boom, boom.